So we want to talk about Iraq War II, Lex. What we got to do is let's go back to the early 1990s and Yitzhak Rabin. Now, Israel had a strategy, as I said, being friends with Iran. At the same time, they're friends with Turkey and friends with Ethiopia. Why? This was called the strategy of the periphery in Israel. It meant, if you picture the map, okay, from Israel's perspective, we want to support Turkey to divide Syria's attention. We want to support Iran to divide Iraq's attention. And we want to support Ethiopia to divide Egypt's attention. Does that make sense, geographically speaking?
Yes.
Right? So Rabin says, no, we're going to turn that upside down. And what we're going to do instead is we're going to negotiate with the Arabs, the closer states. And we're going to even make a deal with Yasser Arafat. And this is the Oslo peace process that Rabin started. Now, they weren't really going to give them an independent state. They were going to give them something like a Shinan Ya'an pseudo sort of kind of independent state, which actually probably would have been the best solution, right? Would be you have your local police forces, but we are in one country together kind of a thing. There are lots of states that have kind of complicated arrangements like that and pull it off. But anyway, this was Rabin's plan. But then a Netanyahu fan murdered him in 1995. This was when Shimon Peres took over. Now, Shimon Peres had been the president. He's now promoted to prime minister, and he continues the same policy. This is why, I should have mentioned, in the reversal of the periphery doctrine and negotiating with the Arabs, part of that was now turning on Iran and demonizing Iran because just for domestic political reasons in Israel, Rabin had to be tough against somebody. So now it's Iran that's the problem, and that's why we need to negotiate with the Arabs even, right? So he makes that change in 1993. And in fact, there's a funny anecdote in Treacherous Alliance by Trita Parsi again, where the Clinton people were surprised and even laughed because, what do you mean you hate Iran now? Last week, you were demanding that we like Iran along with you. Now you've changed your mind, but what happened? And all that happened was Israel changed their mind. They just had a different policy now. It wasn't any particular thing that Iran had done at that point to cross their line. And so they just decided that this is important to do now. And so somebody's got to be the enemy. So now the enemy is going to be Shiite fundamentalist Islam, revolutionary Iranian threat. And in fact, as one important Israeli strategist told Parsi, we needed new glue for the alliance with the United States. Now that we don't have the Soviet Union anymore, why does America need us? And the answer is radical Islam.